Charlotte, North Carolina. The winter solstice arrives Thursday, marking the shortest day and the longest night of the year. Occurring at the moment the North Pole is tilted the farthest away from the Sun, the solstice marks the beginning of the winter and the rebirth of the Sun. The solstice occurs in North Carolina at 11:27 a.m. The term solstice is derived from the Latin word solstitium, which means sun standing still. On the winter solstice, the Sun seems to stand still directly over the Tropic of Capricorn, which is 23.5 degrees south of the equator. During the summer solstice, which occurs in June, the Sun is directly over the Tropic of Cancer. In terms of daylight, the winter solstice is 5 hours, 32 minutes shorter than the summer solstice. Several area events are slated this week to celebrate the solstice and usher in the winter solstice hike and fire celebration. 6 p.m. Thursday, Deck 21, at Reedy Creek Nature Preserve, 2900 Rocky River Road, Charlotte. Details: celebrate the shortest day of the year and the longest night of the year with a 1-mile hike followed by a campfire complete with roasting marshmallows. We will discuss the traditions of this day and share community together as we officially bring in the winter. Winter Solstice Celebration Thursday, December 21st, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., Spiritual Light Center of Charlotte, 7300 Mallard Creek Road, Charlotte. sclofcharlotte.org. Details: celebrate the winter solstice and the holiday. Music, skits and a special visit from Father Christmas, himself. Bring a holiday treat to share. Love offering. Winter Solstice Family Campfire Thursday, December 21st, 6 p.m. 8 p.m. Latter Plantation Nature Preserve, 6211 Sample Road, Huntersville, North Carolina. Details: celebrate the shortest day of the year with a family campfire. Make s'mores and stargaze. Register. Dress for the weather. Here are 5 things to know about the winter solstice. 1. The winter solstice is the oldest known winter celebration. In ancient times, it was both spiritually and scientifically important and marked the changing of these. The best place in the world to observe the winter solstice is at the prehistoric monument Stonehenge in Wiltshire, England, believed to have been erected by ancient Celtic Druids to line up the exact position of the sunset on the winter solstice. 2. The winter solstice may explain why Christians celebrate the birth of Jesus in December. The Bible isn't specific about when Jesus was born, and some people believe the 25th of May have been selected as the date of Christ's birth by Pope Julius I to replace the ancient pagan Roman midwinter festival called Saturnalia with a Christian holiday. The late Harry Yide, who taught religion at George Washington University for nearly 50 years and died in 2013, once told National Geographic that as the Christmas celebration moved west, the date that had been used to celebrate the winter solstice became sort of available for conversion to the observance of Christmas. Several of the rituals associated with Christmas, dinner feasts, gift-giving and decorative wreaths, for example, are rooted in pagan winter solstice rituals. 3. The earliest sunsets and latest sunrises don't occur on the winter solstice. It seems counterintuitive, but as Earthski.org explains it, the key is understanding solar noon, the time of day the sun reaches its highest point in the sky. In early December, true solar noon occurs 10 minutes earlier on the clock than it does at the solstice. When true noon occurs later on the solstice, so do the sunrise and sunset times. It's this discrepancy between clock time and sun time that causes the northern hemisphere's earliest sunset and the southern hemisphere's earliest sunrise to precede the December solstice, Earthski.org says. The discrepancy occurs primarily because of the tilt of the Earth's axis. A secondary but another contributing factor to this discrepancy between clock noon and sun noon comes from the Earth's elliptical, oblong, orbit around the Sun. The Earth's orbit is not a perfect circle, and when we're closest to the Sun, our world moves fastest in orbit. Our closest point to the Sun, or perihelion, comes in early January. So we are moving fastest in orbit around now, slightly faster than our average speed of about 30 kilometers (18.5 miles per second). The discrepancy between sun time and clock time is greater around the December solstice than the June solstice because we're nearer the Sun at this time of year. 4. Is the for freaky long shadows. Because the Sun is at its lowest arc across the horizon, it will cast long shadows. Shadows at noontime on the day of the solstice will be the longest of the year. 5. Full moons and the winter solstice rarely align. The Old Farmer's Almanac said that since it began tracking heavenly events and or changes in 1793, a winter solstice moon has occurred only 10 times. The next time it will happen is in 2094. Photo via Pixabay. Patch editors Beth Dalby and Deb Belt contributed.